Get ready for your weekly dose of pixie dust with Dizney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePauli, and in today's House of Mouse headlines, so much Star Wars Galaxies Edge news has been released this past week. That and so much more, so let's get to it.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
As I said, Disney released a bunch of new information and photos of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge still under construction in Disneyland Park. From what they've been showing us, if you grew up as a die-hard Star Wars fan, as many people did, you're gonna be living your dreams. The photos coming out of the land look like you're truly stepping into the film. We're gonna need to find a word that goes above and beyond immersive. One of my favorite things in the Disney parks is audio animatronic figures. Disney released a video showing us footage of an audio animatronic figure that will be part of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The character of Hondo from Star Wars Clone Wars and Rebels animated series will be seen as part of the pre-show for the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction in the form of one of the most impressive audio animatronic figures ever created. It really is crazy to stop and think that what has become pretty standard these days is extraordinary technology being used simply for entertainment purposes. From the Na'vi Shaman in Pandora, the world of Avatar, to the new Belle animatronic coming soon, and now incredible audio animatronic figures coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It really is an incredible age to be a theme park nerd. We've also learned of some food locations that will be available in Batuu. There will be the Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo, Ronto Roasters, where a recycled pod racing engine will be used to cook your food, Kat Saka's Kettle, and of course, Olga's Cantina, which we'd previously heard about. If you're looking for souvenirs, you'll be able to visit places like Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities, Savi's Workshop, the Droid Depot, First Order Cargo, Resistance Supply, and more. In these numerous shops, you'll be able to do things like build your own lightsaber and/or droid. One of the coolest touches when it comes to building your own droid is that the different parts you can choose will be passing by on conveyor belts. That sounds like a pretty cool visual touch. The thing I'm most excited about with these shops is that all of the merchandise will be part of the story. You're not going to see a t-shirt that says Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It sounds like there will be plenty of opportunities to buy very unique souvenirs that you may not be able to find anywhere else in the galaxy. Another big optional piece of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pie lives on the Play Disney Parks app. Using the app will bring an additional level of storytelling to the land. It is interesting though because a lot of the games that you'll be able to play within the app are similar to experiences we've had before, just with newer technology. If you're old enough to remember the opening of the Indiana Jones adventure in Disneyland, you were handed a decoder card to help translate the Maraglyphics throughout the queue. Now in Galaxy's Edge, you'll be able to use your phone to help translate different languages seen and heard throughout the land. If you've ever picked up the telephone inside the Starbucks on Main Street, USA, you've eavesdropped in on a party line that's been going on for many years. In Galaxy's Edge, you'll be able to tune into broadcasts between the Resistance, the First Order, and Underworld gangs through the many antennas seen throughout the land. You'll also be able to hack into surveillance boxes around the land helping either the Resistance or the First Order. With all of these activities and more available in the Play Disney Parks app, I certainly hope the Wi-Fi is as strong as the Force on the planet of Batuu. The photos that have been released of the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run queue looks exactly like the interior of the ship that we've seen for years in the films. Now, of course, nobody's looking forward to the insane lines when Galaxy's Edge opens, but if these lines were to move too quickly, I think people would be unhappy with the fact that they'd be passing by so many details so quickly. Grown men will be crying when they finally have the chance to board the Millennium Falcon after years of dreaming. The cockpit will have room for 6 passengers, 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 flight engineers. When we first learned about this gameplay attraction, the fear was that riders could crash and cause the ride to end immediately. We have since learned that Imagineering has made sure that no matter how poorly we fly the Millennium Falcon, it will be a lengthy and fun experience for all. For the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance attraction, the reports are that this attraction is massive and long. Disney Chairman of Parks, Experiences, and Products Bob Chapek said, "It's the longest attraction we've ever developed with a ride vehicle." Now, I would have to challenge that statement because as far as I'm concerned, both Universe of Energy and Great Movie Ride had ride vehicles, both running at 45 minutes and 22 minutes respectively, but I digress. This is the attraction where you'll ride past those massive AT-ATs, and this may be the moment I'm looking most forward to in the entire land. I'm ready for my jaw to drop as they make that awesome reveal. As part of the pre-show queue, we'll see an animatronic BB-8 with a transmission of Rey. This huge attraction truly has several components to it. There are dark ride portions, motion-based portions, you'll be separated into detention cells, and more. This is the attraction that will truly be like no other. One of the first details from Galaxy's Edge we got this past week were the cast member costumes. The wardrobe in a lot of cases looks like they just walked off the set of a Star Wars movie. In some cases, cast members will have the option to layer and mix and match their wardrobe so that not everybody is dressed exactly the same unless it makes sense to be so. We'd been previously told that we should expect to see aliens and droids working throughout the land, so these cast members will need to fit in with all those aliens and droids. There truly was an extraordinary amount of information and details to have come out this past week about Black Spire Outpost on the planet of Batuu, which is all part of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I've tried to give an overview of it here, but if you'd like more information, I encourage you to seek out your favorite theme park and entertainment publications. I will warn you though, the more you read, the more your heart will be aching for a visit. Of course, there's no news to top all of that this week, but let's hop over to Disney California Adventure, where Jesse's Critter Carousel is nearing completion. Mosey on over to a giant toy carousel starring Jesse and a friendly bunch of desert critters for a rootin' tootin' romp. Inspired by the Toy Story films, saddle up on a whimsical snake, armadillo, turtle, bunny, and more from the world of Woody's Roundup. This newly reimagined attraction will have you yelling "Giddy up" as part of the latest addition to Pixar Pier. For a limited time this spring, guests at select Disney parks around the world will have the opportunity to encounter the one and only Captain Marvel, according to Disney Parks blog. Beginning in March at Disney California Adventure Park, Captain Marvel makes a triumphant arrival on an armored shield vehicle, escorted by a team of agents on her way to Hangar 12 in Hollywoodland. As her jet fighter is being readied for a special mission, Captain Marvel lines up a gathering of recruits for a heroic encounter and inspires them to go higher, further, faster. Captain Marvel touches down March 8th at Shanghai Disneyland, where she'll appear at the Pepsi E stage in Tomorrowland, and when she drops in at Disneyland Paris March 23rd, Captain Marvel will be reinforcing the team in their fight to save the universe and joining guests for heroic encounters at the Blockbuster Cafe, all during the next Marvel Season of Superheroes event in Walt Disney Studios Park. We've got some more Marvel news, in this case related to Disney Plus, the upcoming Disney streaming service. It's been confirmed that the new Marvel shows coming to Disney Plus, including the Loki and Vision and Scarlet Witch series, will be woven into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In an interview with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, he said, "These will be Marvel Studios productions. They will be entirely interwoven with both the current MCU, the past MCU, and the future of the MCU." At last week's Academy Awards ceremony, the Walt Disney Company walked away with 4 wins. Black Panther won 3 Oscars, including costume design, production design, and score, while Bao won for Best Animated Short. During an Oscars commercial break, we got to see a bit more footage from this July's Lion King movie. The commercial featured many familiar shots from the animated classic recreated in the computer. Now let's get to this week's Twitter poll. On this past Wednesday's episode of Disney Coast to Coast, I brought in a dinosaur expert to talk all about the dinosaurs in the Disney parks and how accurate they are. So I asked you guys on the Twitter poll, which Disney dinosaur attraction is your favorite? Your options were Primeval World as part of the Disneyland Railroad, the defunct Universe of Energy over at Epcot, Dinosaur over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, or Primeval Whirl over at Disney's Animal Kingdom as well. Probably no surprise here, 0% of the votes went to Primeval Whirl, followed by Universe of Energy with 7% of the votes, Primeval World with 14% of the votes, and of course, Dinosaur, the mega dino attraction over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, got 79% of the votes. If you'd like to take part in future Twitter polls, just follow DIZNEYCTC over on Twitter. And before we go, I want to give a shout out to Karen Fayella, who left Disney Coast to Coast a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you so much, Karen. It's because of folks like you that you help other Disney fans find the show more easily. So if you haven't done so, folks, head over to iTunes, leave Disney Coast to Coast a 5-star rating and review, and help other folks find the show. And we are in a new month, which means the new Disney music playlist that I created for you will be dropping very soon. So to get that in your inbox, just head to DisneyCoastToCoast.com, click on playlist, and sign up there. And while you're at DisneyCoastToCoast.com, you can check out all of our social media links there as well. Now, this episode of Disney Coast to Coast was produced by Philip Elke, who has supported the show through Patreon. If you'd like to become a DCTC producer or gain other rewards including early access to episodes, live stream Q&As, behind-the-scenes access, and more, information can be found at patreon.com/DizneyCTC. That's patreon.com/DizneyCTC. Other than that, folks, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePauli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.